Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, you filthy animals! Welcome to Wrestling with Cards. I'm your host, Zhan, and today we're doing a Christmas giveaway. We're talking about the year that was 2021 for Wrestling with Cards, and we're going to talk about the potential future of this channel. You won't want to miss any of this. Stick around. Also, this shirt's pretty awesome, eh? So today I'm going to be talking about a Christmas giveaway package that I have put together for you, the viewers of Wrestling with Cards. But you're going to have to stick around to the end of the video to find out the details on that, because it's
really nice.
I'm also going to take a look at the year that was 2021 for myself and Wrestling with Cards, this channel, as well as the wrestling card hobby as a whole. We saw a lot of things go down in 2021. I'm also going to talk about the future of this channel and what 2022 could hold for Wrestling with Cards. So let's start with a look back at 2021. Wow. I can't believe that I've officially been doing these videos now for almost 2 years. What originally started as just a random idea of something fun to do in a space where nobody was really producing content, this has now turned into a full-fledged hobby and almost an obligation to the wrestling card community. A commitment to you, the viewers. I really have enjoyed making, producing, and editing the content. It is a lot of work, a lot of hours go into this, but I do enjoy it. 2021 saw a lot of my videos a little bit more fine-tuned, better editing, and more attention to detail. I'm not perfect, not an expert, but I'm always trying to get better, always trying to improve the videos, as well as the information and as well as the equipment that I use to do the videos with. Doing what I can with the budget that I have to work with. 2021 also saw tons of great interviews on the Wrestling with Cards channel. Some of the best names in the wrestling card space. 2021 was also the first year of the Wrestling with Cards podcast. I have been involved in podcasts before unrelated to wrestling, but I've had a blast doing these shows. The Wrestling with Cards podcast has given me an additional platform to reach several other people with wrestling card content that I wouldn't normally get on YouTube. I've learned that audiences like different things. Some people only like audio, some people like video only, but some people like both. So I started the podcast just to reach a different audience. Not to mention, it gives me a platform where I can record more current thoughts and just kind of quick hit opinions and thoughts that maybe I don't necessarily want to make a whole video on. Or other random topics that just popped into my head. The podcast is a very efficient way for me to do that. And the audio editing requires a whole lot less time than the video editing. If you haven't checked out the Wrestling with Cards podcast yet, links in the show notes, or you can just search on whatever your favorite podcast platform is, Wrestling with Cards, and I'm sure you'll find it. Please subscribe and share it with a friend. Let's get the word out there. But it wasn't just one podcast in 2021. Oh no. I started a second podcast in 2021. Worlds Collide. Myself and Tony Vella from WrestlingTradingCards.com, we decided to come together to make a joint podcast, even though we were doing our own things separately. We wanted to discuss all things wrestling cards and bring differing opinions. I think a lot of times on singular shows, maybe opinions get skewed one way or another too far. So if we had two people on from two different types of collecting backgrounds, it would bring an even better perspective to you, the wrestling fans, collectors, and trading card fans. From the latest news or announcements, to random topics about vintage or modern, or even lesser known releases that people aren't talking about, we're all over the place with Worlds Collide. Again, when we wanted to do this, we were like, hey, we're like the only two people really doing wrestling card content at that time. Again, Card Foundation has popped up. There's some others that have popped up as well. But at the time, the only thing you could really find on YouTube or podcast-wise was like the occasional sports card show that would talk about wrestling, or maybe there was a breaker that was breaking some random wrestling on YouTube. But as far as dedicated wrestling card content, it was me and it was Tony on the WrestlingTradingCards.com channel. Since then, Worlds Collide has had great guests with the roundtable episodes, as well as interesting, controversial topics potentially within the hobby. And we even launched the first ever wrestling card only wrestling card show, the Wrestling Card Virtual Con. If you missed the Wrestling Card Virtual Con first ever, you can go back and check that out on the archives of this channel. And again, it would be greatly appreciated if you would subscribe to the Worlds Collide podcast. If you like wrestling cards, you're going to love it. Links are in the show notes, or you can just search on whatever popular podcast platform you're already listening to podcasts on, and share it with a friend. And now for a quick word from our sponsors.
With Pillsbury Sugar Cookies, you can help kids create their own Christmas treats.
I made a little angel. Actually, my mommy helped. It was easy. This Santa has a problem. My Santa's cheeks got chubby in the oven. You know how I made it? Frosting and gumdrops. The wing broke off and I ate it.
Everyone loves Pillsbury cookies, fresh and hot. Ooh, ho, ho.
Eating's the best, no problem.
Let's talk a little bit about the overall wrestling space for 2021. Wow, how things have changed in just a calendar year. We have crazy record-setting prices on some cards. We've also seen some major dips from last year, as well as new floors set. We are seeing more and more wrestling cards being graded. We have seen an explosion in popularity of the modern WWF shiny products, so Chrome and Finest, but also the indie card releases. Not to mention, 2021 is marking the first ever officially licensed products for AEW through Upper Deck. And maybe the biggest news of the year period is WWE switching licenses. No longer will they be with Topps. Starting in 2022, it's going to be Panini. We are also starting to see a little bit more. It's not a lot, but I got to mention it. We're starting to see some popular sports cards platforms mention wrestling, dipping their toes into the wrestling card hobby waters. The future of wrestling cards in general, whether it's vintage or modern, it has never been brighter, and I've honestly never seen a buzz like I have for this last part of 2021 going into 2022. 2021 also saw a shift in my PC and my mindset towards wrestling cards and the hobby in general. Just as an example, I did a video which you can go check out here about prospecting modern wrestlers. I wanted to start with Karrion Kross. The next thing I know, I'm super collecting him. I shifted away from a lot of the stuff I had bought in the past and was interested in the past. Stuff I thought I liked at the time, and maybe I still do like it, but maybe there's other things that I'd rather have out there. So I've been in full-on sale mode. Again, links to my eBay store in the show notes if you want to check out what I have available for sale. Speaking of selling, I ramped up my selling even more in 2021. I bought out even more collections and even more lots from some of you, the viewers, and some just random people on Twitter or Instagram. Even a few random people I found in person. Now, before we start talking about the future of this channel, we're going to take a short commercial break.
The boy fell asleep in the Toys R Us store, and he woke up with toys from the ceiling to the floor. We've got the Nintendo action set, including the control deck with double game pack and Zapper light gun for just $99.99 at Toys R Us. And we have all the hottest game cartridges at great everyday low prices. Love growing up with my Toys R Us kid. Toys R Us. You'll never outgrow us.
So as we head into 2022, I wanted to take a second to talk about the future of this channel. Towards the end of 2021, you may have noticed that some of my videos scaled back a little bit. I started only putting out one video a week on this channel, and this was for a few reasons. First being the responses to the videos. While I started this channel as a labor of love and as an information hub for wrestling cards, I would also like to start generating a small amount of revenue from the views. Just being completely honest with you here. There are costs that go into producing content, whether it's these videos or whether it's the audio podcasts. And there's some equipment and some ways I like to do things that I would like to upgrade. Again, just being transparent with my opinion for you, the viewers, that have been with me since day one. And because YouTube is YouTube, I have to get a minimum of 1,000 subscribers to be able to be monetized. I also need an additional 4,000 hours of watch time. And there were times in 2021 where I just got frustrated. Putting in all this time and effort into recording these videos and editing and doing the podcasts, sharing all the links to the videos and the podcasts on social media on almost every platform, only to get low listenership, low view count, poor engagement, or people just not interested or not sharing them. Not spreading the word about wrestling cards and wrestling card content creators when they claim to be supportive. And you know, maybe my content just wasn't good enough. Maybe people aren't liking it. But I do get feedback that people say they enjoy it, but the numbers just don't add up. And don't get me wrong, there are people out there who are enjoying everything I'm doing. And for that, I am grateful forever to you. Sometimes it is surprising that people care about my thoughts and opinions on some wrestling cardboard. But it just got to the point where I had to ask myself, is all the time and effort put into shooting the video and editing, is it really worth it? Based on the response I was getting. Especially when all of that time spent, shooting and editing could have been spent on my eBay store, where I do generate some money. Or potentially with family or friends or whatever else I could be doing in life. But instead of just quitting altogether, I just decided to scale it back a little bit. Now that could change in the future depending on how big the channel gets and what the response and engagement is. And I also thought, instead, I wasn't going to quit because I like doing the content, but maybe I was just being too impatient with things. Again, I genuinely love making content. So for 2022, Wrestling with Cards YouTube channel will continue with one video a week, as it has been since day one, every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And there may be the occasional Thursday video reappearing as I have time or as I have content available to put up. I can also say that one goal I have for 2022 on this channel is to have more voices heard within the wrestling card space. More interviews! I'm going to do my best to reach out to a lot of people that are on the fringe of the wrestling card space. I think sometimes we get in our own circle and you start seeing the same guests repeated over and over, whether it's my channel or Tony's or, Card Foundation or somebody else out there. Whatever it is, people are talking about the same stuff, showing the same cards, the same guests. Well, I'm going to try to change that in 2022 by getting some different voices and different opinions outside of the wrestling card bubble to come in. People from the sports card world. People from the wrestling figure world. Maybe just wrestling fans that don't collect or are just starting to collect. Again, the reason I want to do this is to just expand the collector base of wrestling cards, while also supporting content creators. To make sure you don't miss any of these awesome interviews I planned, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tell a friend about the channel. We're building a community here. And we're going to take one more quick commercial break, but when we come back, it's giveaway time, Daddy. If anybody follows my social media or has followed this channel for a while, you guys know I love Christmas. One lucky viewer of the Wrestling with Cards YouTube page is going to win a prize bundle specifically for Christmas. So how do you enter this contest? That's easy. The first step is you have to be a subscriber of this channel. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it's the first step to get into the contest. The second thing you need to do is leave a comment below on this video about your favorite Christmas memory, whether that be related to wrestling, wrestling cards, family, some special gifts you got, just any kind of nostalgic, awesome memory. It could be funny, it could be just awesome, it doesn't matter, but leave a comment with your favorite Christmas memory. And then on Christmas Day, one person will be chosen as a winner. Again, this is just something fun I wanted to do. I wanted to put together a nice Christmas bundle for you, the viewers, that are showing your support. But what am I giving away? Let's jump into a few items. First thing you're getting is a Denim Fritz.
Hold it, you moron, listen to me.
Fritz Von Erich, Denim Fritz from the 605 podcast, a denim stocking. That's very Christmas, right? We're not done. We've got a ring used whisk. That's right, a whisk. How was this ring used? Well, you can go back on my channel and check out the video where I went to an indie show, and Miranda Gordy had this involved in a match. So if you want a ring-used item from Miranda Gordy, here's your chance. We've got a Hillbilly Jim Bendy figure. The original, I think this was LJN. Yep, these old LJN, not the big ones. This is the Bendy Hillbilly Jim figure. You're going to get that one as well. We've got a book, The Death of WCW. Interesting read. This was put out by Figure 4 Weekly and WrestleCrap, so this will be included as well. We've got a NDWA. What's the NDWA? Make sure to go back on my channel and check out my interview with Doug. It's a thumb wrestling organization. And we've got a sealed wax pack from the NDWA. So you're going to get a few of those cards. Going to get a sealed 82 All-Stars Wrestling sticker pack. These are from 75 Kings on Twitter. Fantastic products. And I will be putting together a random pack of cards that may feature autos, relics, and just some other base cards for you. Again, just because I like Christmas and I want you guys to have something for your continued support. I also do need to state that this is going to be only available for viewers within the United States. I know. U.S. Postal Service, though, has caused me a lot of problems with shipping to Canada, shipping to England, shipping to Australia. I've had a lot of problems, and even in my eBay store, I don't ship internationally. So again, the entries will be United States viewers only. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this video, again, subscribe. And best of luck to everybody entering the Christmas giveaway. I look forward to seeing a lot of the memories and stories that you guys share in the comments. I want to thank you again for all of your support in 2021. 2022 is going to be even bigger, badder, and better for Wrestling with Cards. Check the show notes for links to everything I'm involved with and all the ways you can help show your support for the show. But until next time, click the videos on the screen for more great wrestling card content, and we'll see ya. Merry Christmas! Bye.